Hello and welcome to King's Cross Station right here in London. Today I'm going to be taking a train all the way up to Sunderland with Grand Central trains in first class. I'll be assessing the comfort level, complimentary food and drink, general ambience, and most importantly judging the value of the service over travelling in standard class. Grand Central is an open access operator, which basically means that they don't operate under a franchising system and they just run the trains that they want to based on pure business case and of course what track time they're able to get. But that basically means that they only run 10 services a day in each direction. That's 4 in each direction between London and Bradford and 6 in each direction between London and Sunderland. The longest individual train they do is the one that I'll be getting today, the 12:56, arriving into Sunderland at 4:40 for a total journey time of 3 hours and 44 minutes. My train leaves in about 20 minutes or so let's get on board. Grand Central operate both of their services out of London King's Cross Station. They don't operate any first-class lounges, and nor are their tickets valid in any other company's first-class lounges, and so I'm going to head straight to the platform today. They have 2 different types of trains in their fleet. There are a couple of Super Voyagers that run mostly on their Bradford services, but the bulk of their fleet is these Adelante trains. Although they're about 23-24 years old at the time of filming, and as you'll see later, they're really starting to show their age. This train's arrival at the platform having spent a bit of time in the sidings just outside. Train's arrived. I'm actually travelling on a Rover ticket, which means that I don't have a reserved seat. However, I do have a reserved seat because I decided to push my luck and I actually contacted them via Facebook. And they very kindly gave me a seat, so I'm in E6, but I'm going to go into D and have a look at standard. Oh wow, this corridor feels very tight. Okay, so as you can see, standard seems to have a mix of tables and double seats, and it seems like virtually every seat is reserved with these tickets. God, I seem to be hitting every single seat with my backpack as I'm going through. But thankfully, I think first should have wider aisles and therefore wider seats, yeah? Let's have a look. Oh, I thought E6 was supposed to be a solo, but E6 is a window in there. But there are some unreserved solo seats. E1 seems to be unreserved completely, so I might go there. Let's have a look down here as well. Yeah, those are unreserved as well. I think I might go for E1 because at least then it's facing forward and it's by itself. Okay, the rack isn't big enough for my bag. Thankfully there is space directly behind my seat though, so that's where it's going to live for the journey. Well, this feels really nice. So we seem to have a pull-out table. Actually feels pretty sturdy, although it doesn't feel that way when you first take it out. But they haven't cleaned the floor from the last journey, so that's a downside. This seat does have a recline, however, it moves, but I can't get it to stay. Also, this train is looking very battered and bruised. Like, look at this thing hanging off here. I'm not impressed with them already. It just looks really old and unkept, really. That's my overwhelming first impression of just a bit meh. I know they've upgraded these seats recently, but they just look old already. I think considering I would like to recline, I'm actually going to move into my actual allocated seat. The only reason I went with a solo seat is so that it makes things easier to vlog. We are departing in about 4 minutes, and there is no one sat on that bank of 4 that I have my reserved seat on. If it stays that way, I'm just going to go sit there. The entire table did remain unoccupied, and so I did decide to move over. But it wasn't really that much better. Okay, this seat doesn't even have a recline. And then I keep bashing this thing, but that's sort of hanging off as well. It's not good. As we depart London King's Cross Station, let's take a closer look at our route for today. We depart London at 12:56 and travel north. The first stop is York after 1 hour and 55 minutes, which is actually quite a long time. Before we travel on to Firth and Northallerton, Eaglescliffe and Hartlepool, and then along the coast to reach Sunderland at 16:40 after a total journey time of 3 hours and 44 minutes.
I've also just noticed that on one of the seats over there, a bit of the leather is sort of dangling down. And there's a random bottle of water just on the table, seemingly unclaimed. I don't know what's going on here. Well, I'll just have a look at the features of the seat anyway. Nice big table. Obviously you saw the solo seats have a pull-out table. Underneath the seats there are some plug sockets. It looks like each bank of 2 seats gets 1 plug socket and 2 USB, at least on the side of 2. Obviously on the side of 1 you get a plug socket all to yourself and 2 USBs as well. There is some overhead storage, although we already established that it's not big enough for my bag, hence my dad is currently on this unoccupied seat next to me, and that's pretty much it.
Just to inform all passengers, catering facilities are provided on board this service, and for any passengers situated in first class, please do make use of the QR codes for any complimentary drinks or snacks.
Service has started. I've just been handed a bottle of water, Harrogate Spa. So according to that announcement, if we want free refreshments, you need to scan the QR code. Ooh, my ears really popped when we went through that tunnel. So, okay, yep, I'm getting the link. But if this is asking me is to fill out a survey, maybe I'll do that later in the journey. I've gone in the tunnel and now the service isn't working. Wow, this is so, like, fiddly. I suppose order a complimentary hot drink per valid first class ticket. Complimentary water is available from the fridge at the back of the carriage. Okay, so we can just pick up some more water if you fancy it. We've got Americano and a lot of other coffees that are unavailable. And then we've got instant coffee as well. We've got Yorkshire tea, various other types of tea. We have some snacks, select up to 2 complimentary snacks per valid first class ticket. So does that mean I get 1 choice, like now, and then I can't get any more later? So I've got some olives, some Walker's shortbread, a granola bar, pain au chocolat, Scrubby's chili and lemon, what's that, lentil chips, corn snacks, iced bakewell. Ooh, that actually looks really nice. And a Poulin granola bar, which has already been on the list. That's all you're getting. Okay, you've got a choice of milks, milk or oat or none. Let's go for the olives because I've never seen that on a train before. Iced bakewell. Let's see how long it takes it to get here.
To be fair, the food was delivered quickly, around 10 minutes or so after I placed the order.
Thank you.
And the host did bring about 3 or 4 other passengers' orders at the same time.
So let's see what goodies we have then. Woo. Tea. Here's my bakewell tart. And my olives. Also got a little napkin. And some milk and sugar. I've noticed pretty much every train company that I travelled on uses this brand of milk. And they always give you 2. I just think maybe they should make ones that are twice the size, then you only have to get 1. Just a thought. Now for the olives, which I need to eat with my fingers. Well, actually I can do it. They taste alright. However, they are slightly warm, so I kind of feel like they've not been kept in the fridge. Time for the bakewell tart. It's not bad actually. However, I do feel like I'm gonna have to buy something. They do offer more things. They've got like sandwiches and salads and stuff. Considering this is a lunchtime train, and I haven't got anything with me. I don't know why I've paid my deal with sugar, but I am. I'm going to have to buy something because this isn't going to be enough to sustain me on a lunchtime train, which is disappointing. That's the loo. There's a really loud noise in here, and there's no hook to put my bag on. You have a proper lock though, that's pretty cool. Although the door did slide very, very slowly. There's your baby change table. There's some water works with soap, and a hand dryer. Which, to be fair, seems pretty good. Alright, I'm going to use the facilities. Go away. And you know what? I'm going to take back what I said in the loo about the hand dryer being good. It's one of those bad ones. This just isn't a good train. It's just bad. Just really bad.
This is where I would normally talk about the Wi-Fi speed, but there actually isn't any Wi-Fi on this train, which does make me wonder why they do the online ordering system. I mean, they can't expect every customer to have mobile coverage along the entire route, especially international tourists who often rely on Wi-Fi to save on data roaming costs.
Let's have a look at prices then, because I feel like this is probably the only place that Grand Central are actually winning against their competition. So this is for prices from London to Sunderland. So an off-peak single in standard class is 72.20, and then in first class is 119.60. So you're paying an extra almost 50 quid to travel in first versus standard, which I think is a bit of a rip-off, to be honest with you. It's just not worth that upgrade. Your advanced tickets, a little bit better, but not by much. The cheapest standard ticket I could find was 42.50, and then first was 83.90. So again, you're paying about 40 quid more, just over 40 quid to travel in first on advanced tickets. Which again, bit of a rip-off. If you actually coming on Grand Central hoping to get a proper first-class service, I just really think these prices are not worth it.
But if you think I'm worth it, please consider subscribing. It's free to do and really helps me to continue making videos like this, such as next week's video when I'll be travelling with Great Western Railway on their longest route between Penzance and London. For now though, it's back to Grand Central.
It's time to level with you. I am really not enjoying this journey. This train is old and crappy, and every time I go through a tunnel, my ears hurt. That never happens to me on a train, and I don't know why it's doing it. It must be something that old train, that must be that's the only reason. And this thing keeps rattling. The food and drink offering is, oh god. Perfect demonstration of what I was talking about. Yeah, so food and drink offering is mediocre at best. Shut up. I did try to make a purchase on a sandwich and a bag of crisps and a Diet Coke on the app, and I put it in my basket and it wouldn't let me go any further. I couldn't, it said something like add to tab and then nothing else. I don't know what's wrong with it. Obviously I could just walk to the cafe bar and buy it, but anyway, let's just cut to the chase. I have made a radical decision. I am not staying on this train all the way to Sunderland. Instead, what I'm going to do is jump out at York, which is the first stop on the train after 2 hours from leaving King's Cross, and just leave it. I can't believe I'm doing this. I should not be compelled to want to leave the train because it is so bad. I have flown with Ryanair for 24 hours and I managed to do that, and I did it and I put up with it. But this is just no, I can't be dealing with it. As an open access operator competing on the same line as LLER, you've fallen behind. Just sort this out, make it so that people actually want to travel on your trains. That's my advice as a passenger. First time passenger.
The only thing going for Grand Central in my opinion is their prices. If you're budget conscious, and let's face it, who isn't in the current economic climate, then Grand Central is an option for you, but if you can afford to pay a bit more, just give them a miss.
By all means, travel in standard class, but bring some food. I thought that was a tunnel towards a bridge. Bring your own food so you actually got something to eat at your seat. Just good luck.
Well, I didn't mince my words there, did I? So what more could I add? Well, the staff were neutral at best. There wasn't a friendly welcome from anyone. The guy who delivered my food was pleasant enough, and I had a bit of banter with the lady checking tickets who was initially confused by my All Lines Rover ticket. But overall, I felt the staff themselves were demoralised, and that's why their demeanour wasn't as good as it could be. That may just be me projected onto them, but if customer service staff aren't happy and friendly, it's usually a reflection of the company as a whole. And as previously mentioned, the train was dirty from the previous journey. Now, this train hadn't arrived at King's Cross fresh from the depot. It had been sat in the sidings for a little bit, but that's still plenty of time to clean the train. I'd be willing to overlook their mediocre food offerings if they actually had a nice train, as I have on other operators which you'll see in future videos, but the combination of everything just tipped me over the edge on this occasion. If I had the need to actually be in Sunderland, maybe I would have held out for the full journey. I only got off early because I had the flexibility to do so. Most passengers won't have that option. I'm going to score them 2 out of 10, which is probably more than they deserve. They only get those 2 points due to offering something complimentary and having different seats to standard class. Otherwise, they'd probably be looking at a 1 or even 0 out of 10.
And that was Grand Central. Yeah, probably won't be travelling there again. Why do I always need to bail out of trains at York? It's the second time that I've just decided to leave a train, and when it's arrived at York I just realised. Anyway, yeah. Just bad trains, basically non-existent service. The only thing going for it is the price. So that's my opinion. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh or if you feel like I'm a whiny, moany bitch, but that is just my honest opinion. So feel free to debate it down in the comments. Feel free to call me all the names under the sun, saying, "You just be grateful of what you got." No, we have choices in life, and I wouldn't choose that. Anyway. If you're not enough by me moaning all the time, please do remember to subscribe. Got a lot more train reviews coming up. I'll be travelling first class with every single train company in the UK. So give this a like, comment, ring bells, other YouTube stuff.